Who thought this was a good idea? I'm getting like so angry looking through this book right now. I mean, I am seriously on the verge of calling 911 because this is a crime. I bought the 13 best-selling adult beginner piano books on Amazon, so you don't have to. To make my research as authentic as possible, I searched Learn Piano for Adult Beginners on Amazon and bought the top 13 results. I wanted to put myself in the shoes of an actual adult beginner pianist who has no way to know what they should be looking for when it comes to a beginner piano book and might not be able to tell that a book is not actually a method book, isn't actually for adults, or might just be a total load of baloney. And boy, did we end up with some baloney in these books. Hi, I'm Megan and I'm a piano teacher, and on my channel I share tips, tricks, and tutorials every single week. Let's quickly jump back to that term method book, in case you're not familiar. A method book is just a textbook for music instruction, not just a random collection of pieces or songs. It's designed for learners of a specific age and a specific experience level. So if you're just getting started at the piano, you'll want a method book designed especially for adult beginners. But not all adult beginner method books are created equal. To start, I'm going to give you the details of each book, including the title, publication year, number of pages, and price. I'll also let you know if it includes any bonus content like CDs, links to apps, or video or audio recordings to complement the pieces. And I'll go over the authors of the book and their credentials. Now, this is not to say that the authors having degrees from prestigious musical institutions should be the only thing you consider when choosing a method book. But if the authors have decades of teaching experience, scholarly research and presentations to their name, advanced degrees in piano pedagogy, and successful performing and composing careers, they just might be a little bit more credible than, I don't know, a random website on guitar technique. Then I'm going to rank the books in a tier list based on the following criteria. 1, is it actually a method book for adults? Some of them aren't. 2, pacing and scope. How fast does it move and how far does it go? 3, concepts included pre-reading, note reading, keyboard geography, technique, music theory, etc. 4, quality of the visuals and presentation. 5, quality of the music. Are the arrangements nice, and are these pieces that adult beginners would actually want to learn? And number 6 is kind of miscellaneous. Does the book make bizarre claims? Is there random weird stuff? Are there other books in the level to supplement with? And are there levels after this book to continue with? Based on these factors, I will place it in a tier and tell you who I think this book might be a good fit for. So let's jump into the details of each book in no particular order. Alfred's Basic Adult All-in-One Piano Course. This book was published in 1994. It has 160 pages and cost $26.99. It comes with 2 CDs, and the authors Willard A. Palmer, Morton Maness, and Amanda Vick Lethko all have multiple advanced degrees in music from top universities, successful careers in teaching, performing, composing, scholarship, and publishing. Beginner Classical Piano Music was published in 2016, has 130 pages, and cost $19.95. It includes links to video and audio supplements to the book, and the author Damon Ferrante is a successful composer, guitarist, and college professor. Piano Exercises for Beginners was published in 2025. It has 155 pages and cost $14.87. It includes links to video exercises, and the author of this book is Guitarhead, which is a guitar learning website. I could not find the name or credentials of an actual person associated with this book. How to Play Piano in 14 Days was published in 2020. It has 103 pages and costs $12.95. It also includes links to some video and audio files to supplement the music, and the author Austin Crosby has been playing piano for 20 years, and his bio says that he teaches and plays worship piano. How to Play Keyboard, a complete guide for absolute beginners, was published in 2013. It has 47 pages and cost $13.95. This doesn't come with any audio or video supplements, and the author Ben Parker teaches ukulele, guitar, and piano, and he also coaches actors for film and television performances where they are playing musical instruments. Alfred's Basic Adult Piano Course Lesson Book 1 was published in 1983, has 111 pages, cost $7.45. This doesn't include anything with it, but you can find the CD accompaniment tracks online. And the authors, Willard A. Palmer, Morton Maness, and Amanda Vick Lethko, we've already discussed in the other Alfred book. Piano Note Reading Exercises was published in 2023. It has 166 pages and cost $14.99. It includes a link to an ear training app, and the author, Piotr Czajiński, has been teaching accordion and piano for 16 years. Learn Piano for Adult Beginners was published in 2024. It has 128 pages and cost $19.97. This book says that it includes video and audio supplements, but you do have to review the book and give them your email to get access to the video and audio files. The author or authors of this book are called Play to Win, and you cannot find the name or info of a single actual person associated with this book or information on this Play to Win company. Adult Piano Adventures was originally published in 2002, although I do know that there have been multiple versions since then, and this one is the most recent edition. It has 184 pages and cost $19.99. It includes access to an app with video, audio, and technique guides, and the authors, Nancy and Randall Faber, both have multiple advanced degrees in music and education, decades of teaching, performing, researching, composing, and adjudicating experience, and they both have worked with the Music Teachers National Association. Alfred's self-teaching adult piano course was published in 2008. It has 192 pages and costs $13.95. It does include online video and audio access, and we've discussed the authors of this book on the previous Alfred books. 120 Famous Easy Piano Songs for Beginners was published in 2025. It has 158 pages and cost $18.95. This does include access to video lessons, and the author, Veronica Ramirez, has a bachelor and master's in music education and runs a successful music academy with online courses in the Spanish language. Piano Book for Adult Beginners was published in 2017, has 111 pages, and cost $25.62. This includes access to video lessons, and we discussed the author Damon Ferrante on his other book. Accelerated Piano Adventures Lesson Book 1 was published in 1998, although this is an updated edition of the original. It has 95 pages, costs $9.10, and includes audio tracks. And the authors, Nancy and Randall Faber, we have also discussed on the other Faber book. Now for the good, bad, and ugly truth and ranking of each book. For the Alfred Basic All-in-One, this is definitely an adult beginner piano method. The pacing and scope of this book are great. It goes through all the fundamentals, it doesn't have much in the way of pre-reading, and jumps right into reading on the staff, but sequences and scaffolds this quite well. This is an all-in-one book, so it includes theory and technique as well as the repertoire. It has nice, clear, simple visuals, very easy to read and understand. The music selection is fine, mostly folk tunes and familiar songs. There's a couple of weird things like this breathing exercise and hand massages in the beginning, which might explain why. And this is not a joke. This book is the 62nd best-selling book in the erotic literature category on Amazon. There is also a level 2 to this book, which is great if you complete it and want to continue learning in the same series. Alfred also has an extensive catalog of books in their method, so you could easily find other books to supplement or continue with. I would recommend these books to plenty of beginners. Overall, a great option, and so it is going in the solid choice tier. Now, the other two Alfred books, the Basic Adult Piano Course Lesson Book and the Self-Teaching Course, are in most ways the same book. The lesson book just doesn't include the theory and technique, but those books can be purchased separately, and the Self-Teaching Course just includes a lot more written information and instructions. So since they are so similar, I'm gonna put both of these in the solid choice tier as well. Beginner classical piano music. This is an adult beginner piano method, but I can't say I'm a fan. The pacing of this is way too fast and has a lot of gaps. Technique and theory are really minimal. I also really do not like the pre-reading section. This approach of just letter names and finger numbers isn't something that I would ever use. I love a book with an extensive pre-reading section, but I like pre-reading that's actually on note heads. My biggest problem though really is the scope. The final pieces in this book I would say would usually be at least a year or two in for most adult beginners, not after 130 pages. And I think that even putting these songs at the end of the book will make a student feel like that's where they should be after finishing this. The visuals are okay. The music selection though, I would say is quite nice, especially for somebody mostly interested in classical music. While I probably wouldn't be likely to recommend this book for most beginners, maybe a student returning to piano after some years off if they only wanted to learn classical tunes. Sadly, I do think I'm gonna have to put this in the no good category. Piano exercises for beginners. This is not a method book, and it's bad. There are 5 pages of review of the basics. I certainly hope they are not considering that a method. Then it's a sort of random collection of techniques like scales, chords, and versions, all really incomplete while also including a lot of totally unnecessary prose that has a very ChatGPT vibe to it in the chapters. There are some random pieces thrown in throughout that are fine. The visuals are not great. There are so many more comprehensive, succinct, and well-made guides to scales, chords, arpeggios, like the Alfred and Faber ones. I probably wouldn't find myself ever recommending this book, and it's going in the not a method book category. Learn Piano in 14 Days. This is an adult method book, but I hate to say I really don't like this. I appreciate the idea of trying something new with piano tab, but I just think it is a really bizarre and ineffective way to teach. Also, the learning sequence and the use of pentatonic scales is so strange. I wonder if this guy heard that pentascales, or our 5-finger positions, were good for beginners and thought that meant pentatonic scales? Learning the feel of one finger per key is an essential skill for beginners, so skipping that entirely, I just really can't get behind. The visuals are fine, there's very little actual music in this book and it's not great, and the title just grinds my gears. It is not possible to learn the piano in 14 days. This sets really unrealistic expectations and leads to lots of frustration for students. Unfortunately, I don't think I could recommend this to anyone, so it's going in the no good, very bad category. How to play keyboard. Okay, so initially I wasn't a huge fan of this, but as I looked at it more, I liked it more. This is specifically a book about playing the keyboard, not the piano, which I kind of like. And it's more geared towards people who might be like playing with a band or something like that. And for that purpose, I really don't hate it. It kind of rushes through some fundamentals, but past that, I would say the pacing and scope are pretty good. The visuals are nice, and there's not a ton of unnecessary prose. I would probably recommend this one to somebody who has maybe played other instruments in the past and wants to play with a band or something like that. I'm gonna put this in the not for everyone category. Piano note reading. Now, this is also not a method book, but I actually don't hate this one. It has a few pages of theory and basics review at the beginning and then jumps into worksheets on keyboard geography and staff notes. I like that it has lots of pages of each exercise. It gives you a place to time yourself and also has different exercises for identifying notes already written and exercises where you have to write in the notes. It's nice large print. I would probably recommend this to someone learning piano who is on the go or traveling a lot, but still prefers something they can do with a pen and paper. This is going in the not a method book category, but with much better will than the last one. Learn Piano for Adult Beginners. This is atrocious. One of the worst things I have ever seen in my life. Technically, this would fall into the method category, but barely. This has like 37 pages of just review of everything from keyboard geography to 16th rests to all key signatures and time signatures to dynamics, just written in paragraph format. And I have a pretty good spidey sense for when things were written by AI, and this is just setting off all of those alarm bells. Then we move on to this garbage. Just songs with all of the notes written in. And that's the entire rest of the book. And in the hands alone section, it's only right hand. And then some really difficult pieces at the end with all of the notes written in. The visuals are terrible, blurry, typos all over the place. One random song that has no notes written in, I assume purely by accident. I would recommend that you set this book on fire. This is a pure and unadulterated money grab, and I truly feel horrible for anyone who wasted money on this thinking it was a good choice. This really almost needs a category all on its own. It's kind of an insult to the other two books in this category to put it here, but it's going in terrible, horrible. Adult Piano Adventures. I love this book. This is what I have been using for years, and when I set out to make this video, I was fully prepared to find something I liked better, but honestly, nothing came close. I think the pre-reading section is just perfect for most adults, and it's paced perfectly. I think some people say it moves a little slow, but my whole thing is that if it's a little slow for you, great, just move through the pieces a little bit more quickly. But I would say to really interrogate if you are able to play each piece perfectly or almost perfectly. If you really focus on getting every detail mastered in these easy pieces, what you will find is that your learning curve is much more steady and consistent. Instead of blowing through the fundamentals and then reaching a standstill, the visuals are excellent and very clear, and the quality of the music I think is good. But if you want some more exciting or modern pieces, you can always supplement with the popular, classical, Christmas, Disney, or literature books. There is also a level 2 in the series, and they have suggestions for what to continue with once you finish book 2. This is my recommendation for almost all adult beginners, so it is going in my Chopin approved category. 120 famous easy piano songs. I thought this might not be a method, but it actually is. and I don't dislike it. It moves through the foundations pretty quickly, but it has good explanations of the concepts. It doesn't have much in the way of pre-reading, but then the pacing is okay after that. I would prefer simpler pieces with both hands early on, rather than more complicated things with hands separately first, but I do like how each of the beginner songs is written in treble clef, then in bass clef. I will say it does move outside of the 5-finger positions really quickly, but I do think that's more okay for adults than kids. The visuals are nice and clear, not an insane amount of unnecessary prose. I would again say I might recommend this to a piano returner rather than a piano beginner, or someone who is fairly proficient on another instrument and is starting piano for the first time. This is going in the not for everyone category. Piano book for adult beginners. This is an adult method book, and it is very similar to the other Damon Ferrante book, but I do like this one a tiny bit better. The pacing at the beginning is much slower, arguably a little too slow in some places, but it still uses this pre-reading method I'm not really a fan of. The scope is a bit better in this one. Only the last few pieces seem a bit too hard in my opinion. The visuals are fine, and the music selection is pretty nice. It does look like there is a book 2 to this one, so you'd know what to move on to when you finish the first volume. I could also see myself recommending this one to someone returning to piano who wants a bit of a quicker pace. This one is going in the not my favorite category. Faber Accelerated Piano Adventures. This is actually not an adult method book. This is Faber's series for older beginners, which actually would be like age 10 to 15. And for students older than about 15 or 16, I use the adult book. However, this book is great. It has nice pacing and scope, the visuals are excellent, the music selection is good, but I could see it not being the favorite of adult students. The real strength is that this is just the lesson book, and the method has lots of other books in each level. Technique, theory, performance pieces, sight reading, popular music, Christmas music. So I would probably recommend this one to a teenager beginning piano, or maybe an adult who wants a bit of a slower pace and wants to be able to supplement with lots of other books. This is going in the not an adult method category, but with no hard feelings. Whew. That was a little brutal. But I'm glad to shed some light on these best-selling books and give you an idea of which ones you might want to avoid and which are worth every penny. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you are interested in purchasing any of these books for yourself, the links are in the description. As always, thanks for watching and happy practicing.